The Beast of the Dark Forest. Long ago, in a small village at the edge of the great dark forest, lived a young boy named Kofi. His village was nestled in the green hills of the west, where the people wore brightly colored cloth wrapped around their bodies, hand-woven from cotton and silk. The men wore leather sandals, while the women adorned themselves with intricate beadwork, their necks and wrists decorated with beads of every color. The villagers lived in harmony with nature, farming the fertile soil and hunting the plentiful game. But there was one fear that haunted them: the beast of the dark forest. The beast was a creature so fearsome that even the elders spoke of it only in whispers. It was said to have eyes that glowed like fireflies, fur as black as midnight, and claws sharper than the sharpest spear. For generations, the beast had terrorized the villagers, stealing livestock and sometimes vanishing without a trace into the dark, dense woods. No one dared to venture into the forest at night for fear of the beast. But Kofi, a curious and fearless boy, had grown tired of the fear that gripped his village. His heart burned with the desire to end the terror once and for all. One day, with his hunting spear in hand, he ventured into the dark forest. As he walked deeper into the shadowed woods, the sounds of the village grew distant. Tall, ancient trees with twisted branches loomed over him, their leaves thick and dark, blocking out much of the sunlight. The air was damp, filled with the scent of wet earth and rotting leaves. Kofi walked for hours, following the strange tracks left by the beast. The ground was soft with moss, and the occasional distant rustle in the trees kept his senses sharp. As dusk fell, the forest grew eerily quiet. The shadows seemed to grow longer, and Kofi could feel his heartbeat quicken. Suddenly, he heard a deep growl, and before he could react, the beast appeared, a giant figure, its glowing eyes locking with his. The beast was more terrifying than the stories had ever described. Its massive form towered above Kofi, its black fur blending with the night. Kofi stood frozen, unsure whether to run or fight. But the beast did not charge. Instead, it spoke in a deep, rumbling voice. "You are brave, young one, but why have you come here to face me?" Kofi, though frightened, held his ground. "I have come to end the fear that haunts my people. I will not let you terrorize my village any longer." The beast studied him for a moment. "Fear is the shadow that follows us all," it said. "But it is not always what you think it is. I am not your enemy, Kofi. I am a guardian of the forest. The villagers have forgotten the old ways, and I have come to remind them of their responsibility to the land." Kofi listened as the beast explained that the villagers had been taking too much from the forest, cutting down trees, hunting without respect, and disturbing the balance of nature. The beast, in its anger, had been punishing them. But Kofi, wise beyond his years, understood that the beast was only trying to protect the land. With newfound understanding, Kofi promised the beast he would return to the village and speak to the elders. He would convince them to restore balance and respect the sacred forest. The beast nodded, its glowing eyes dimming. Kofi returned home, and in time, the village changed its ways. They honored the forest, offering thanks for its gifts and taking only what they needed. The beast of the dark forest no longer terrorized the village, but became its silent protector, watching from the shadows as the people learned to live in harmony with nature once again.